CVA's AccuraSeries, Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
All right, guys, this next segment's being sponsored by Soulshine. They're out there at 4021 Hughes Crossing, that's Suite 101 in Franklin, Tennessee. Stop in and have some delicious pizza, salad, sandwiches, and my wife highly recommends their soup. So get in there and see my buddy Steve Brandon. Let them take care of you. You can also call them 615-379-7767, and they can take care of all your catering needs as well. All right, welcome back to the studio. Been talking some bird hunting tonight. You know, it's something we don't get to cover a lot or talk a lot about because it's just not. They're just not here, unfortunately, guys, like they used to be. It's not the same. There are still wild birds out there, absolutely. There's still guys that get out and hunt them, but it's just not like it was, you know. And when do you think you probably really started to notice a decline, you know, Randall, as far as, because I know growing up, you know, a lot of folks at that point in time, that quail hunting was a mainstay of life. Quail and rabbit, you know, between the two.
It was around 90. I bird hunted all my life. I always raised quail to make sure my old dog was boned up, you know, and ready to go. And we growed up in the barrens of County over there, you know, and they was flat. The Indians, in fact, had built all the what we call food plots before we were ever there to let the buffalo and all that eat in, you know. So there was a lot of grass and stuff. But about 1990, you start seeing birds just disappear. On the road that I live on, there would be 5 or 6 coveys right there between me and Dayton Blair, you know. Yeah. And then it got down to none, so you could go to Iowa and find some, you know, probably still can. But when this last little setter dog of mine died, I didn't even get another dog. There wasn't enough birds in 2 years' time there. I don't know what happened. Yeah. But they was gone. Yeah. I mean, gone, you know. Where you could find 4 or 5 coveys this year, you go over there next year and there ain't nothing changed, no crops or nothing, you know. Yeah. And they're not there. I don't know. I've heard about an eye worm, you know, first one thing to another. Biggest thing that started on them, I think, now they all disappeared way back there too with DDT, you know. Yeah. They claimed DDT done that. That was before I was born. That was, you know, before. Yeah, that was way back. 48, something like that. So they put that on it. I don't know what happens to them. You'll have coyotes that you'll hear 25 around your place this year howling. Yeah. Next year there won't be none. They say that distemper or parvo or something gets them. So I don't know, you know. You know, it's fescue grass killed a lot of them. Fescue is probably the biggest thing.
Gets credit for it anyway.
It does. Yeah. It gets credit, and I know that sounds like a broad statement, but you know before now it's all concrete, okay? I mean, you know, first it was fescue, and that was when everybody was taking these old farm fields and what was good wildlife habitat, and they took all that and they cleaned it out and they created fescue fields. They cleaned out fence rows, which was something that was also very important for the birds and for the rabbits as well. And they cleaned all those out and they turned the fields into fescue for better hay. So that kind of kicked it all off. And then, you know, the problem now is you can't even drive by and see a field full of fescue hardly because now it's all concrete. Oh, yeah. You know, and so the biggest problem, you know, it starts out with habitat. There are many other factors. I mean, many factors. It could be anything from how wet that particular season is. You know, we talk about predators. Just about every one of the factors, I guess I should say, it's basically affected right back to factor number 1, which is habitat loss and destruction.
They got to have the habitat to just hide from the.
That's exactly right. If you know, you've got all your quail and turkey or whatever it is, and your predators are all on 3,000 acres of property, and all of a sudden it goes to 1,000 acres, and then they've got 500 acres, and then they've got 60 acres to live on. Well, those predators eventually are going to win out. You know, they don't have anywhere to go and get away from them. So that's another factor. So, I mean, there are multiple reasons I feel like the decline has happened over the years, but it does generally circle back to simply, habitat loss.
Oh, yeah.
They have got to have a particular habitat, and that's why they've been able to be successful in some areas like Bridgestone, because they put it back.
Oh, yeah. What do you look for?
I'm going to agree with you just a lot, but I'm going to say major predators maybe have a factor too.
Sure.
I went in the Army in '74, had plenty of quail. We also did not have coyotes or bobcats. Got out of the Army in '94, the quail were gone, and I was overrun with coyotes and bobcats.
Right about when Randall said about 90, and that's what he just said a while ago. And again, you take more property away, stick them with those bobcats and coyotes on less property. And then you think bobcat and coyote immediately, or fox, but think about skunks. Think about raccoons, possums. There's a lot of predators that we talk turkey, we talk quail a lot. A lot of predators go hand in hand with both of those two birds.
When it comes to quail, a rat can absolutely run a quail
and just
nest.
to take the whole nest in just no time, and that's the end of that hatch, and it's you're done. So just it can easily be affected numbers wise, swing one way or the other, and it can quickly decline, as we've learned. So hopefully we can start building that back up, in the future, and eventually have at least some better populations again in some places like Bridgestone and LBL and areas where they can manage for them. So, well, guys, we're going to get ready to take another quick break, and we'll be right back here in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.